The Timian standing frame comes in large, medium, small, and by adding a footplate onto the small, an extra small can also be created. As you can see that this is a small standing frame, but with a footplate added to make it into an extra small. So as the child grows, it's not necessary to order a new standing frame. You can just remove the footplate to create it into a small. So to remove the footplate, it's very simple. Just drop the back down. And then there's 2 screws which you take out. And the same place on the other side, and the footplate simply lifts off. As you can see that the heel block is attached to the footplate, so you then undo the screws, remove the footplate, and you can reattach it to the base of the original standing frame. The heel block at the back is also adjustable. This piece just really supports the foot and prevents the heel from coming backwards. It's also able to help create the extension at the knee by giving support at the back of the heel. This block is also movable depending on the range of movement the child has at the knee and the support that you want to create around the foot. So the Timian standing frames are designed to grow with the child. So this is a small one, and you can see behind is the medium, and the small can grow all the way up to the height of the medium, so it can change as the child grows and develops. So to adapt the standing frame, you use the 2 knobs on each side. So first of all, you work from the side that has the adjustment lever. You pull out the black knob and then block that into place. So what that does is there's a spring locking mechanism, and it pulls the spring out and holds it out. You then turn to the other side, where you can then pull out the spring on the other side and then lift the table up. You heard the click. It's important to hear the click so that it's in place. And then once you're happy that the table is at the right height that you require, you go to the other side and take that locking lever and click again. Now the table is nice and firm and safe for the child. So that's how to change the front. It's important to obviously also change the back height. So removing the pillow first, you follow the same instructions, pulling the lever and clicking the blocking piece in place, and then to the other side, lifting up the back piece. It's important to realise that although it looks like you should turn the black knob, it's actually a pull on the spring, not a turn. The Timian standing frame is designed so that the front table piece doesn't have to be set the same height as the back piece. The most important thing is that the arm lateral is horizontal. You can see at the moment, whilst the back piece is set high, that the arm piece is at an angle. So what we'd have to do is to remove the screw and drop it down to the place where it would sit at a horizontal layout. The back piece has an adjustable height setting, but it also has a setting where you can create a headpiece. So to create the headpiece, you would take the whole of the back piece out, so just unscrew the little arms, and then take the back piece all the way out. Okay, then you can see the 4 screws on the front. If you unscrew those with the wing nuts at the back, then remove that piece. Then it needs to turn 180 degrees and slot back into the holes it came from. Then, as you can see, we've got a nice headpiece with an extension up above the top height of the back piece, should the child need the extra head support. You then slot the back piece back in, pull out the spring on the side without the blocking piece, and then it fits back in. The Timion standing frame can also be adjusted widthways. So the holes along the bottom of the standing frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are 5 settings to increase the width of the standing frame as the child grows. The important thing is, if you change the width at the bottom of the standing frame, then you also need to adjust the arm piece at the top of the standing frame. However, we work from the inside hole out. So this standing frame is currently set on number 2. So you can see on the top piece, it's in the second hole from the middle. On the bottom piece, it's the second hole from the middle. But as you count from the inside out, you count from 1 to 5. To adjust the width on the standing frame, first of all you have to unlock the back piece of the standing frame and let it drop down against you. Sometimes it's easier to do this with 2 people, but if you're by yourself, just let it rest onto your shoulder. To undo the screws, you need to lift just slightly up the weight of the piece and then undo the screw from the outside, not from the wing nut, but from the outside of the nut, and pull it out. And on the other side, so take off the weight and then unscrew from the outside. Pull the screw out. This will loosen the piece completely, and you can then move it into your desired position. So it's important to now also adjust the top piece by unscrewing. So it's set at number 3 at the bottom, so we also want to set at number 3 at the top, which on here is the middle one. Same on the other side. The way you can check that you've got this right is that the 2 upright pillars need to be horizontal. If they're at an angle, it means that the holes that you've placed are not right, so you need to check that you've also changed the top piece as well as the bottom. It can squash the child at the top or not provide enough support if the angle is too small or too large, so it's important that these pieces are placed correctly. The table is also angle adjustable by removing the screw underneath the table